places to show you some parts of town. So we're going towards a place where a lot of Ghana's gold is sold. It's refined, obviously, and sold for much more value. It's called a gold souk. But I'll not be going there alone. I'll be going there with someone who's known here a bit and has had experience living here. Turns out to be someone I've known back in the day in Ghana. I didn't know, AC Pra, you've left Ghana for Dubai. You didn't tell me. AC, I caught you. You left, you didn't tell me.
It was a quick detour.
Quick detour now. How many months, see? Because you've been here since December.
Yeah, so going about 8 months. It was supposed to be, and then now it's become home. It's become another place I'm calling home.
It's becoming home.
Yeah. Okay. I was surprised because when you're back home, you hear a lot about Dubai.
Okay.
So even when the opportunity came to move here, even when I was coming here, I was still a bit skeptical.
Okay.
So it was more or less like I would come see.
You will try and see.
Yeah, if this is a place that I can call home. And I was quite particular even in like where I'll go live, where I'll go stay, because I wanted to still have that feel of home. I remember I told the reallocation agents that I want a place, I don't want the fancy tall buildings.
Okay.
I don't want something that is more than 10-story building. I want a
Okay.
place also that is closer to church. I'm Catholic.
Okay.
So I wanted also that, but I also wanted a place that was quiet.
Right.
And I didn't think I was going to get that in Dubai, because when
It's
hear
always
of
bustling,
Dubai,
luxurious,
yes.
everything out of the world.
Yeah, but it's surprising. Like you said, we're just coming from Dera. Dera, you find a lot of African community here. You can literally find anything you want on the Ghanaian market here in Dera.
Interesting.
If you want, but even the kako, I find kako.
Kobe need more money.
But even that, I find it in the bigger supermarket.
Oh.
But if you want like Kobe Momoni, those things that you won't find in the bigger supermarket, you come here to
get them
Dera.
in there.
Yeah, and there are other sides of Dubai that are also, if you go to Old Dubai, you find the typical Old Dubai life. It is closer to where we are going, the Gold Souk.
Okay.
And if you go to the area that I live, which is around like Ibn Battuta, Jebel Ali, you find very quiet, calmer neighborhood. You go to Marina, you find a flashy life. You go to the Greens, you find a bit of flashy, but also homely, high class and all of that. So Dubai, depending on where you position yourself and the kind of community that you find, you can live whichever life you want to live here. For me, that's what has been, when I tell people Dubai has been calming, they get shocked.
Because it's very brisk and spirited in their minds.
Yeah, and it's flashy and all of that. But if I look at how I used to live my life in Ghana and how I live here, it's not so different.
Okay.
I'm not proud to say I'm not a very extroverted person. I'm an ambivert. So I'm typically not the outgoing person. But here in Dubai, I started going to the gym here in Dubai.
Okay.
I started learning paddle here in Dubai.
Okay.
I found a community live in DSP that is curated by a Ghanaian here in Dubai as well. So it's a social community of whichever national that you are, just to be able to have a social life.
Okay.
And they challenge you to go out. We've gone on hikes, we've played paddle and all of that. So you kind of, you are transitioning, but you're also discovering yourself.
Right.
And if you want the fast-paced, flashy life, you can't get that.
So it is what you make of it.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, it's available.
I think Dubai is like the place you can find anything and everything.
Wow.
What you make of it is available, and it's the
That's
safest, one of the safest countries I've ever traveled to.
I am told.
It's honestly, I'm a beach person. In Ghana, I know I'm from the Western region. We have the best beaches by the way.
Did you say? Have you? Which of the beaches are you talking about here?
Have you gone to Buzua? Have you gone to Limon?
I've heard about those.
I've been to every region that has beaches in Ghana.
Which one have you seen?
Some of my favorite places are in the Volta region. I love it.
But do you think that Lemon, Buzua will beat Volta region any day?
If you want turquoise blue beach, calm beach, green beach,
with clean
beaches
sands,
that people travel to the Bahamas, to see.
It's in the Western region. So the best comes from the West.
Absolutely.
Well, you have all the gold.
You
have the beautiful beaches.
We have all
with terrible roads too much.
Just to
with terrible roads too much.
don't get me started. Don't get me started because
as
somebody from the Western region who is also Wassa.
Yes.
And Wassa, by the way, we are the only Chi-speaking people in the Western region.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And we sit on the Brimian rocks. We are the majority Chi-speaking population in the Western region. We have a lot of the gold in the Western region that they talk about. If you've heard of bauxite in the Western region, it's us, the Wassa land. If you rubber, it's Wassa. So, and our road, if you see the Takwa road, you will think we are the poorest region.
I having been here and, you know, watching documentaries of the history of Dubai in the 50s and how they looked like, how they lived, how they organized their lives, and knowing after discovery of oil what transformation they've experienced, I couldn't help but think of the Western region in the sense that you have oil in commercial quantities, you have gold. They don't, in terms of mining. You have timber. And I'm saying you, not as if you're not part of Ghana, but I was thinking particularly about the Western region because shortly before my trip here, there was this growing agitation that was becoming, you know, more overt. People were expressing their disappointment that there are a lot of young people in the Western region who are disillusioned. They don't see hope in the country. Though they sit on gold, they have no hope. They have all the resources put together, and it's nothing close to even there, which we say is the Zongo of Dubai.
Yep. Yeah, honestly, if you look at what we have, and not to be selfish, like you said, as though Western region should be the only place that is developed, but if you look at that and compare to how our development has been, it's both sad and it's also infuriating. I tell you, also as somebody who had all my basic education in the Western region, and I sat under trees to study at some point in my life. And this is a region, this is even a town that mines gold, well, small scale, illegal, whichever one you call it. And it's part of what makes the conversation about Galamsey also a bit more nuanced for me. The thing is, we haven't done so well in managing our resources. And when we've scammed our way through it, made bad deals with it, but even with the little that we've made, how we've distributed that resources in terms of development across it has been unfair. There are a lot of things that for somebody that lived all my life in the Western region, it had to be going to Cape Coast to study or coming to live in Accra for me to see or have access to certain things. And that's unfair distribution of development. It's just that you look at a country like Dubai. Dubai is one of the most organized, highly resourced, and well-endowed countries you would find. And how, like you said, how much resources did they have compared to ours? Fine, we've been looted, colonialism, we can say that. We've been looted, slavery, we can say that. But even today,
when we had to money things for ourselves, what have we done?
We discovered oil. Is it not post-colonization?
Yes, we did.
What did we do with that?
Well,
what did we do with that?
Is this a port town? I'm seeing some ships here. Let's take a look at what's going on here. So where are we? You know where we are?
I have no idea. Let's ask the driver.
Habibi, where are we? Habibi, where is this?
Dera.
Is this still there?
Yeah.
It's not there. Is it? It is there. Okay. So we're taking advantage of the tour. While we move, we take a look around also to see what we are seeing. Oh, this highway, bruh. I think Ghanaians will give everything to have this quality.
Imagine
of a highway.
if we built it. Imagine how much we would have spent on that.
Man, you want to talk about that? Just think about the number of people who wouldn't die in a year as a result of road crashes, just because we have such quality of road. You know, it's,
honestly, even when you move past this Dubai Emirates, I remember the first time I was going to Sharjah also. This is a desert. There are very rocky parts. Like, we had all the resources. And you look at a country that some of the Emirates or the towns, not a town, really regions.
Yeah, Emirates, yes.
They are in like really rocky space. Yet they've managed to construct such good roads. Amongst rocks, literal rocks. And we have what? Look at the land, the resources that we have. We still have. Look at the Kumasi Accra Road, the recent accident.
Don't talk about it. It's in terrible shape.
How is this 2025 and a trip from Accra to Kumasi can be life-threatening.
Yes, it takes you 8 hours. It's very life-threatening. It's expensive when you go by road because your life is literally a risk, and then when you go by air, anything else can happen. By the way, who is AC Pepper? The whole conversation has exploded so fast. We don't even know who we are talking to. For those who don't know, I was trying to remember because here's how I met up with in Dubai. Yeah. Word got to you that I'm in Dubai, so come and look for me. And then he sent me a message that, you were XYZ. I'm like, but I've saved your number on my phone already. So how do you, and you know how I've saved your name on my phone?
How?
Marie Stopes Lady.
I was Mary Stopes Lady for a very long time. And Mary Stopes is an organization that would always have a place in my heart.
Yeah.
Because it's the organization that got me in the development sector. So, like I said, I'm from Takonsuaim. I grew up in a community.
This is George Mekuduke's Takonsuaim.
Yes, the one and only George Mekuduka.
You guys showed him some pepper.
NPP showed us pepper. NPP for a constituency that has been the stronghold for MPP for as long as I've been alive. And my family, my mom is strong MPP. My mom is strong Mekuduka, by the way. So she'll be watching this. She knows we've had this conversation. Because, like I mentioned earlier, I grew up, studied under tree at some point in my life. At some point, our primary school, which was a government primary school, we had 2 classes in one classroom. So you have class 1, class 2 in one classroom.
In the same classroom. So something divides it, just some empty space.
There was nothing dividing it.
Right.
So you can hear what the teacher is saying.
And
And this was a strong NPP stronghold for how many years? I did not see a computer till I went to high school. In fact, we got a
Secondary
donation at the then MP. I, as the school prefect.
Oh, you're a school prefect? What's the name of your school?
In Swayam DCB. I've been the
No, that's a real Saito, man.
Yes.
DCB and
Like, we can talk about how from a real Saito to Dubai. We can talk about that story.
From Saito to Dubai.
I tell you.
Man.
But like, the story of how we were going to get a computer lab in my junior high school.
Tell me that story.
I was taught how to sing thank you in 5 languages. Like, me, thank you, merci, me, that was it. For this MP, we were so
Who was
excited.
bringing you computers?
My God. We were so excited about it.
Okay.
Only for the donation to be done.
Yes.
The unboxing, and it's just monitors without system unit. So we could
No
imagine.
mouse, no system unit, no keyboard, just monitors.
And there was a whole fanfare. That is what the MPP had done to Takonsuaye. For years we've been under. If you go to Nswaye, if not for Kwame Nkrumah, we wouldn't even have had a good clinic. And that was Kwame Nkrumah's time. The clinic that he built, the hospital that he built, the police headquarters, the nurses, those were all built in Kwame Nkrumah's time. Yeah, if you don't know, Nkrumah is also from. They all talk about.
We agree. We agree. He's a gentleman of the millennium. He's a man of the millennium.
He was installed in Nswaye in my village.
We appreciate that.
So yes. So if not for him, I would have grown up without a clinic in my village.
We appreciate that. So all that frustration and disappointment after years of loyalty voting for the NPP probably resulted in the vandalizing of the statue and then also the scale of defeat they suffered in the Western region.
It had to be done. And I love the fact that our people are not just stuck on Swahili. Ghanaians are moving from that partisan politics where if you've not done so well, you would go. So
you were born in Takwa and Sohem, you went to school, you were a school prefect, girls prefect in a Saito. Computers were supposed to come, they never did. You learned how to sing thank you in 5 languages. So Takwa and Sohem, great, you're growing up, childhood memories. Let's continue from there.
Yeah. So
let's forget about the
about the politics. So where I grew up, the teenage pregnancy is quite normalized, almost normalized. I've talked about this.
Right.
So
it's a mining community.
Yeah, it's illegal mining community, and also like it's not so developed, and so a lot of parents also push their kids.
Sorry, but I see a lot of jewelry here. Is this like the gold capital, like the jewelry capital center or something? Are we getting closer to the gold souk?
Yeah, so we are literally in the gold souk or entering the gold souk. So these are just different shops. You can find any type of jewelry you want.
I bet for someone. Oh, we've arrived, and this is the interesting thing. I've brought a fellow Ghanaian who is coming from a resource-rich region where a lot of gold is mined, I am sure she's never seen the scale, gold at the scale we're about to see it. Never seen gold refined the way we are going to see. So let's get down and then see more. There was and still is so much gold in Ghana. When our colonialists came, they named the place back then the Gold Coast. Now, as a son of the soil, I cannot say I have seen such huge concentration of jewelry made of gold in my lifetime before. Maybe let's say I am very far away from gold because I'm from the Volta region. How about Esi Pepra, who is from a resource-rich region where I'm very sure close to your household you must have seen some illegal mining pits? Tell me, this is the Dubai City of Gold, the gold souk. Have you seen as much concentration of jewelry made of gold in your lifetime?
No, absolutely not. I've seen rough gold before. I've
Right.
seen gold being cooked before.
Right.
Never this much jewelry made of gold in my life.
Let's take a walk. Let's check out
It's
what this
amazing.
is. But they call it the gold souk.
Yeah.
I think the first time I heard gold souk, Sami Jemfi was addressing the gold bar thing in an interview with Bernard on Point of View, and he mentioned the gold souk. I didn't know there was such a massive, concentration of gold jewelry and all that here. And yeah, that's what we're seeing. Let's get closer and take a look at some. I mean, I may not have the money to buy, but at least I'm free to watch.
You and I both.
No, I don't think you don't.
You,
Girl,
please,
don't do that.
please, please, have you seen the prices?
These look very Indian in terms of design and its sophistication.
Yeah.
Quite Indian,
Some
yes,
of
with
them
all the
and Arabic.
yes. Very Arabic, but yeah. What are the prices you're seeing?
Well, some of these seem fair. I'm not.
Yeah, it's
I
not so
remember
obvious
we've
yet.
seen we checked earlier. We saw the 2,000 USD.
Charlie?
Was it a ring or
Yeah, that diamond
one,
ring.
one small ring?
I saw it. It's beautiful. Would you like that? Is that something you prefer?
I'm wearing brass.
So-
Brass Bible. I'm
I was-
wearing a brass.
no, what if
ring.
I were buying it?
Oh, of course. Then should I start pointing?
No, take your
Because
time.
you can see I love gold.
It looks good. It looks good.
I love gold.
Man, look at
Someone
that.
is buying, then of course.
Look at us. So you are from a gold mining community,
Yeah, Takwan Swahili.
and you are saying gold has not done much for Takwa and Swahili.
Absolutely not. I mean, we've sold a lot of gold,
Yeah.
but illegally. But even in Takwa, there are a lot of mining companies there.
Yeah.
But if you look at our roads
Yeah.
from Takrade even to Bogoso, Takrade is where we mine this oil. But if we are focusing on gold from Takwa from Inswayem to Bogoso,
Yeah.
we have the most terrible roads. I went to high school in Bogoso, and I tell you, those days, it was scary going to school.
Do we refine gold though? Last time I saw in the news, they said they had opened some gold refinery, something.
I mean,
know.
on smaller scale, some do. Like even in Ghana, you can find jewelers
Yeah.
to make gold for you. But I don't think we've actually commercialized to the state that Dubai has.
It has significant impact on our economy. We don't.
Yeah, because jewelry tourism is huge in Dubai.
Yeah.
And look at this whole place that they've
The
set
whole
just
enclave,
for shopping.
gold souk,
Yeah.
they call it. So
I-
souk is basically market,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The gold market.
And that's something Ghana could have done. Imagine if we had a gold. We were called Gold Coast for
For a
crying out
reason.
loud. If we had a whole market with jewelry from gold and diamond that we used to have in the
Charlie,
Western
bench is
region.
good. Interrupting the flow just to watch some of the marvelous jewelry I'm seeing, but you're just talking about how much more impact we could be making if we had a jewelry, a
Like
gold
in the Ashanti
something.
region or even in the Western region.
Yeah,
What-
like a
the
gold
amount
hub.
of tourism it would have driven to that place.
Jewelry testing lab. Wow, it's a whole enclave so that if you want to test the jewelry, you found or you bought,
Yeah.
then you can go have it tested.
Yeah, you check how many carats of gold is in there. There's also diamonds here, whether it's quality or not. People like this is a well thought through shopping center. It's well planned. Like even in Ghana, when I think about the fact that a friend who married some years ago wanted to do gold jewelry for the daughter, and we got a place in Accra that turned the gold into jewelry. How long it took? Then the design came out wrong, and then the whole thing had to be melted, and we had to get a lawyer involved. Imagine if we had a place like this where you were certain nobody's going to scam you. If somebody gives you a date, they are going to fix to that date. There's a lab for you to imagine if we are taught of all of this, and how we have gold in Ashanti region, in Western region. We've missed out a lot. I mean, it's not too late though, is it?
I hope not. With the gold board and all that is happening, I hope we're not just, piling up gold or just increasing our reserves. We must really think about adding value to the gold, because what I'm seeing here certainly will give them more value than the raw gold we export here and all of that. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Dubai is getting us to rant a lot, forgetting that at the heart of this story is a human being with dreams and aspirations and a journey that is worth exploring. So like I was saying, Marie Stopes Lady is how I saved your name. So from your secondary school again, it was where?
St. Augustine Senior High School, Bogos, not Cape Coast.
Because St. Augustine there.
I don't talk about my high school alone.
That means there is gold, and then there is, we have to do some gold testing to know whether this one is Bogoso or St. Augustine Cape Coast.
Please don't get me started. I'm an Augasco
How
pastor.
did that happen?
Every time I say I went to Augasco just because if the school is mixed, by the way. If my male classmates say they are Augasco pastor, nobody questions it.
Yes.
If you ever say you're Augasco from Bogos, I tell you, I had a mate in UCC. They would never allow me to tell anyone they were my classmates.
I mean, until now, I never knew there is Augasco Bogoso.
Please, it's been there
No,
since.
it's St. Augustine's Bogoso branch.
Do you want me to stop the interview?
No, please don't. So St. Augustine.
So it was a training college before, I think at Buzua's time, and then it was. So it's been there for a long time. So I went to a high school there. And then I went to the university. Like I said, my community teenage pregnancy was high. A lot of my classmates got pregnant. I had mothers who were classmates and all of that. And
your age mates who were mothers.
Yeah, and growing up, I never really saw a female that had lived in the community that had made it to university. Actually, when I went to high school, I had this history teacher who would not believe that I was a virgin. He kept saying I was a sport just because of where I was from. So when I went to university and I did population health at UCC, and that was my first time I learned of contraception and access to safe abortion care, the first thought that came to my mind was, why is it that girls in my village were not aware of this? Why is it that people were dying to unsafe abortion? Why is it that girls were dropping out of school to unplanned pregnancy that could have been prevented if they had access to quality care? So I started what I called like a community girl child. I called it the Go Girl movement of a sort, where I was going back to my village, like just educating girls on sexuality education, also just putting in career counseling there so that they think beyond the village. What helped me was the access to books I had. I always say I'm not luckier than anybody else. I was smart. I am smart. I've been top in every class that I've sat in, but I'm not special. I was just lucky to have two parents who were teachers. And in a Galamsey town, I had access to books. So I was able to, I remember reading the story of the Shimashine Queens, two girls also in a rural setting. I was in class 5 then. And I was so determined to be that Shimashine Queen that got out of my village and make it to university. And so for me, that sort of NGO work started level 100, level 200 in the university. And then I later discovered Marie Stopes was in Western region. So I first volunteered with PPAG. I was a member of PPAG's Youth Action Movement. We did a lot of reproductive health education for people in the central region area. But I was just desperate that I'm doing good for people in the central region. I'm not doing good for people in my village. That's how I discovered Marie Stopes. So I started interning with them on holidays. I'd volunteer with them. And fortunately, they wanted me to do my national service with them after high school. So that's sort of how my career sort of started. But for me, it's always been about, and it's kind of linked to what we are talking about just now, about how Dubai has turned its resources into development. Because when you study population or demography, for example, you population development and how it links to socioeconomic empowerment, you see it clearly. And so for me, I saw myself as what we call a demographic dividend for my family. I have been able to stay in school. I've gone to university. If I'm earning a little better now, I'm able to take care of my nephew and nieces. So you are able to support your family to sort of break a certain cycle. It's the same for a country, right? If you have over 100,000 of girls getting pregnant and dropping out of school, you're losing dividend. But for every family that you are able to get a child to stay in school, finish, especially a girl child, and then they get meaningful employment, you are reaping what you call demographic dividend. It might not be gold, but education is a resource. And if you lose out on your youth population, you're losing out on that resource. And so for me, that is sort of what skyrocketed into my whole career in the development sector. And that's what brought me here. Because the thing about what got me to milestones was not really about, like I said, was not really about reproductive health per se, but what access to education could do for girls in my village. And at that time, the tool I had, or I was aware of, was contraception, right? What I'm doing now with the organization I work with, we move around, it's not centered on health, it's on infrastructure development, it's on access to digital education, smart classrooms, providing scholarship for people. So it's broader. And it's one of the things that for me, it was like, yes, I want to do more. I want to broaden what I do in the development sector. And I've done 8-9 years in the reproductive space. I want to go for proper in the education space. I want to go for proper in financial inclusion space. And it's been exciting. It's also been insightful because you serve in Africa and living in Dubai.
Right.
And so you see what can be possible for people on your continent.
Right.
And you lived in that social
Context.
Yeah, so you can actually see how much you're changing for somebody else by just supporting to build a school, by just supporting to offer scholarship, by just even building a computer lab. Like I did not see a computer like what tonight.
You learned a song, sang the song, and you had monitors instead of a full-blown computer. But we will continue to the Dubai side of AC Pepra and understand that pra. Oh, I've been adding pe to the pra for you. Pe. Pra. No, AC pra.
Yes.
It was like Pra River.
Yes, the river full of gold.
No, the gold has messed the river up. So there's no fish in there. There's no life in it.
I'm still full of gold.
I'm full of hope.
Yes. Yes.
So we will come back and explore the super things you're doing in Dubai, giving back to Africa, building dreams, structures, and systems that help more young people and communities to reap the demographic dividend you talk about. But let's reflect on your 8 to 9 year career as reproductive health specialist. What were some of the milestones you say that you achieved during your time?
MSI has done a lot in Ghana, and for me, I think even living Ghana, the decision to live is that we've had a lot of policy progress. I'm proud to say I was part of the team that worked towards getting our family planning on national health insurance, because a lot of the time, even for mothers, for people who are married, the cost of contraception is sometimes what leads to unplanned pregnancy and bigger family sizes.
It's expensive, eh?
My God, before, even in the public sector where prices were supposed to be subsidized, nurses were charging whatever they felt like. People were charging 50 cedis for contraception that in Maristop's clinic could be like 5 cedis. And in the village, in the rural communities where we were supporting, 50 cedis is a lot for somebody to go and use for contraception. That's somebody's whole household income. So people, of course, people are sexual beings. They will have sex, obviously. And so if you have sex without protection, then you have a case that you can't take care of. And you hear stories of girls doing all sorts of things for unsafe abortion. some losing their lives to that, people having more kids that they can take care of. I remember in 2022 when we used when we're looking at the DHS report, is it 2022 or 2023? When we're looking at the DHS report and the numbers of teenage pregnancies that were recorded in Ghana, at the time, I may not remember it correctly, but it was like in every minute about 14 girls in Ghana were getting pregnant.
What? Contraceptive in the village is very expensive, you say?
Yeah.
Even in the cities?
Yeah, I mean, people were charged because even though for Ghana Health Service the prices were standardized, people would charge whatever they want. Also based on sort of the other commodities they would use to do the contraception. So there were a lot of unplanned pregnancies due to that. When we first did the pilot study to look at the feasibility of including family planning on national health insurance, so while some people would charge like implants, so the 5-year contraceptive implants, right, is a contraception that you insert to protect you against pregnancy for 5 years. It can be removed at any time. It's a longer term. There are also the 10 years one. But you would find that in most rural areas in Ghana, they were using a lot more of the short-term ones, which is like the injectable 3 months, 1 month. So somebody may want to space birth for 2 years, but they would be doing injection every 1 month, because the 1 month one was cheaper. It was like 3 cities, 5 cities in the village. Okay. When we did the pilot, we found out that when you remove the cost, now women were shifting more towards the longer term, because everybody wants peace of mind. Nobody wants to have to remember every 1 month to go for. You can forget, and sometimes you can get pregnant. And so we saw that cost was a bigger barrier. And actually, if you compare the costs, we also found out that for every $1 that the government of Ghana would have invested in family planning, they were going to reap $4 back in terms of direct health care cost savings. And so it made sense to include family planning on our national health, both for the women, but also for the country itself. And I'm very proud of that. Another thing that
So you're saying that through your work, through the work of Marie Stopes, which you were part of, contraceptives are now a part of the national health insurance?
Yes, as at 2 years ago, it was announced, fully rolled out last year. It was Marie Stopes Ghana Health Service, the National Health Insurance Scheme, another part.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very proud of that.
Obviously, this is not something I will know.
Yes.
Because,
you don't work in our space.
No, and I don't work with contraceptives and those things.
Yeah, of course. And if you look at also access to youth-friendly services in Ghana, so mainly one of the first projects that I ever worked on for Marie Stopes Ghana was our No Yawa Youth Project.
Aha! No Yawa is what I've been trying to remember. Because at the time I was in Legon, Tabitha Na Akuye Adi, she was a social work student. She was the president of No Yawa Club at the University of Ghana. Yeah. They did a lot of programs and they shared a lot of returns.
Yes, and No Yawa did a lot in partnership with also Ghana Health Service, DKT, Grameen and other partners. And at the time I was supporting the implementation of No Yawa in the Western region. But building the lessons that we gained from No Yawa project, it's modeled what I got the opportunity to lead in Marie Stopes as our youth-friendly delivery model. So we had several pilots that we did in our own clinics, some that we did. So Marie Stopes has private sector clinics in Ghana that they use like, I'm still saying they use like a social franchise model to support, so that private clinic also provides reproductive health care at the same quality standard as Marie Stopes. And it's the same thing they do for the public sector. So we had different models of delivery that we piloted in Ghana. Very happy at the time. Gifty, I have to mention her name. Gifty Ben Ayi was the adolescent programs development manager for Ghana Health Service. She's done incredibly well in promoting youth-friendly health services in Ghana, and I'm proud that we're part of that process. One that I'm not so proud of, but it's also I'm proud of because it's gotten us somewhere, is comprehensive sexuality education. So amongst other partners, for me, what got me to the space was access to comprehensive sexuality education. Like I said, I felt like young people, even women who are mothers or married, needed information to make informed decisions about their bodies and their lives. And we tried working with other partners to make sure that Ghana had its own guidelines for what will be culturally appropriate, scientifically accurate, and socially acceptable in our schools. We piloted, of course, 2019 opposition happened. It was not successful. It's not a big win, but at least now we know what Ghanaians want.
We're talking about this curriculum, the attempt to change the curriculum and introduce the comprehensive sexual education.
Yes,
now, that's what you're talking about.
Now reproductive health education. For me, as somebody that grew up not even knowing how to manage my period, like menstruation management, not knowing a lot of what we have in Ghana now, especially when it comes to STI treatment and management, teenage pregnancy, even bodily autonomy, the rape culture that we have, sexual abuse and sexual violence. Those things could be prevented if we have a structured program to be able to inform young people to make informed decisions, but also to report abuses, right? We've missed out on that because there's a lot of misconceptions about it. We've also missed out on that because there is gap even on the teacher's side. Is our teacher training curriculum positioned to train teachers that are able to deliver objective reproductive health education? That is a gap, but at least we've learned. And from the opposition that happened in 2019, it was good because it's sort of sparked a conversation about what Ghanaians want and what they do not want. And so I feel like now, whether with the current government, Ghana has the opportunity to think, go back to engage religious leaders, engage the academia, industry experts. We cannot just throw it out. We need to educate young people about their body. We need to educate young people about reproductive. We can't just say that because we are uncomfortable with it, we will not talk about it.
Okay, so these are some of the milestones that you're proud of.
Some I'm not proud of, but yeah.
Great. During your period with Marie Stopes, and you've told us how you got into the area, a story rooted in your own personal upbringing in your childhood, and then of course the parallels growing up in a resource-rich area and not having access to basic common necessities and all of that. And now we are in a place where the resources of our land is being seen, is on display, is on offer at such exorbitant prices that we cannot even afford and all of that. So now that you're in Dubai, what has brought you here and how did you get here? That part of the conversation we will not have in the gold souk. We will go discover Dubai some other part of Dubai that connects deeply with our story, and then we'll take it from there. In the meantime, we will take a walk through these shops because I really want to see something. I saw something that I liked. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I saw you look at it. I saw you look at it.
No, but I saw the price too. And I said, Mashallah.
It's time to promote volunteerism, active citizenship, and patriotism in Ghanaian society,
where we shine the spotlight on the unsung heroes among us.
Today, we're not just launching a program, we're igniting a revolution of skills, dreams, and hope.
On Volunteers TV, we highlight and celebrate people and groups that are great examples to us all.
Every single region in Ghana, we're doing something.
Good.
So no one's being left behind.
Over 800 kids that come to school, so having an extra classroom, extra resources will be really, really beneficial.
If you're a volunteer, you're actually serving because you are giving up your time and resources for nothing in return.
Volunteers TV, Sunday at 6:30 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
So we're on the metro, or the train as they call it here, and we're in the gold class. So there are different classes for the masses, the gold, and then there's one for women and children as well. The intriguing thing is that in your hometown, where you come from, there are railway lines. Well, perhaps the railway lines. Scrap dealers have taken it.
No comment.
So when was the last time in the Western region you took a train?
Took a train.
Have you ever
seen a train?
Like, have you ever in the Western region?
I think when we were very, very young, have I? Oh, I've seen the rails. We've played on it.
Without the coaches.
But yeah, I think when we were very, very young, yes. Either I heard the sound or its stories. I can't even remember. But no, I haven't taken a train in the Western region before, no. But I know before, even all the way to Takwa, also we had, but no, it's a shame, really.
I also learned that in a day, the metro transports 1 million people in Dubai in a day.
Yeah, I mean, it's the fastest means of transport. It's also the most affordable means. So almost everybody would take, and it doesn't matter your class. Like, unless of course you like to drive. Really, if you live closer to a metro station, there's no point buying a car, really. Or in my case, getting a license is difficult. Has been difficult. I've not even started, but with the metro, you can almost go anywhere. So a lot of people take it. If we had gone that side, you would have seen what they call rush hour. So they have crowd control around that time. Like around 5, you see a lot of people really packed, different people using the metro. Yeah. So I won't be surprised that a million people go through the metro in a day. That's not surprising at all. Yeah.
That's interesting. So let's talk about your transitioning now from Maristops, Ghana, to Dubai, where you are here working as a corporate executive in a C-suite position, I'm sure.
Not. No, please don't sell
Earning
me.
6-figure salaries, sitting in gold class,
Please,
the train.
please, I work in the non-profits. Let's start from there.
Non-profit.
I work in the non-profit.
So how did you get to Dubai? How did you land your job here? What's the story?
I think it's about basically from what I did in MSI Ghana, the exposure that work with MSI Ghana and MSI generally gave me, and the recognition of that. That experience is what brought me here. It's a bit of luck, privilege, but also grace of God. As a Christian, I will say that. So for me, I guess it's good that I got the job before I got here. Obviously, I would not have left Ghana to come here without employment. I had employment in Ghana, but yeah, so that exposure, the experience that I have in the...
You were poached, were you not?
Yes.
So what's life here like for you in terms of your personal comfort and aspirations and the quality of life you get to enjoy?
For me, well, Dubai is expensive first of all, and so having a job that can give you a decent life is very important, and having that income, I think I live a relatively safe life, or
everyone here is safe.
Yeah, but in terms
more comfortably than many of your compatriots here.
Well, it depends on who you are comparing with, but I won't say I'm here struggling. Average standard cost of standard living, yes. I can afford the food I eat. I can afford good housing. I can afford any kind of transport that I want. So yes, that's good. It's been, and for me, it's also the fact that I have access. I still am grounded in faith. My house is quite closer to church, which was an important factor for me. So I can still continue upholding my values the same way I was living in Ghana. I live not so far from work, so it's also that convenience, which is good. It gives you the ability to be able to have a good work-life balance, which is good. It can be lonely living in a new city where you do not have your family, you do not have the same circle of friends, you do not have access to the same like favorite things that you would have. But I've been lucky. I have a best friend who can visit me here in Dubai. She's been here before. I have family that passed through. Just recently my sister passed through. So it's been wonderful, I would say, yes. And I have a good community at work. We have a big, a dynamic work office. A good number of us are Africans, so we have that community in there. So it's made the transition easier. Yeah.
So where are we headed now?
We're going to Internet City and then Media City. So Internet City is where you would have a lot of the tech companies station. Media City, you have the BBCs, the radios, all of that. The media is also there. Yes. So we are going to, because of course you are in the media, we're going to see that.
And because you are in the tech space.
I'm in the non-profit.
You're in non-profit tech space.
So we'll see a bit.
Without revealing too much.
Yes, we'll see a bit.
That's fine. So it's a good marriage of what I do and what you do. And then that space will be where we will crown our conversations. And finally, you will say your very final words to friends, loved ones, and the state back home. Do some reflections quickly. So let's see about that. Let me enjoy the journey. I love this train. I don't remember the last time I was on one in Ghana. I don't. So where are we now, Isi?
We're currently at Jebel Ali, yes, Jebel Ali village, which is like a city in Dubai. Yeah.
So what happens here? What do you do here?
This is my home.
Okay. So this is the lobby to the apartment where you are?
Yeah, this is the lounge.
The lounge, okay. Now earlier we were at your workplace, the area. We saw a number of institutions. So I saw the BBC office in Dubai. It's in the same enclave. There are other media in the enclave. So that's the Media City.
Yeah,
and
so
then there was
Media and Internet City.
And then there was the Internet City. So Amazon was there, Google is there, and then a number of others, including one I'm trying to remember. It was on the left like that.
Which one?
It was on the left. Visa. That was Visa as well.
Yeah.
So this is the enclave where you work and this is where you live, right? So having moved to Dubai now and seeing where you work and live, what's the impact you're making with the new level of your career here in Dubai?
I think the exciting part or the most impactful part of the work that I'm doing here, coming from someone from rural Ghana who had challenges in access to sort of infrastructure or education. Like I said, I've sat under trees to study before. I've sat in the same, like 2 classes in one classroom. I never had access to a computer till high school. So coming from that background and working with an organization that is championing economic transformation for a greater part of the continent through access to education. Within education, work focuses on infrastructure development, it focuses on digital inclusion in education, connecting schools to internet, also building like ICT labs for schools, providing scholarships for higher education in schools, and like sort of implementing interventions that builds young people's skills in the use of digital resources. It's like a full circle moment. It's like I was lucky. I had a chance to get out of the village, and I had a chance to go to higher education, and I have the opportunity to now give back through my career. And it's not my money that I'm giving back, obviously. It's the organization's money, but it's also like I'm able to use that intellect that I honed through even my limited education to be able to do that. For me, education is, we say it's like a jargon, right? Is the key to development, but especially for girls, and for any country is the key to reaping demographic dividend. And so being at the position where I manage programs for an organization, like not just for one country, but for a number of countries across the continent, even though I'm in Dubai, in this flashy place, our work puts a lot in perspective, right? Because I've seen inadequate access to education. I've seen the digital divide, and I'm in a city where it's very organized. Development is fast-paced. Technology is almost part of everything we do. As like we can get at least a good number of Africans there, and we might not be able to do it for the entire continent. We are obviously one organization, but the fact that even me, a single person, I can make sort of dividend for my family. If we build one school in one community in Africa, a school with a population of say 200, 500 people, and we connect them to the internet, we implement co-curricular programs to make sure that students are not just engaged in the classroom, but also interested in tech, and we support them to have a higher education. We are catalyzing demographic dividend for 500. And we are not just doing just one school, we are doing a number of schools. So it is truly fulfilling to be here right now, given where I've come from, to be able to do this work. It's been humbling, but I'm excited that I got the chance to be here. And my own story tells me that we need to be able to do that for many other people across the continent.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the future for you like?
Well, of course, I'm an ambitious person, but my ambition also lies in social impact. So within the development sector, I've moved from Ghana to this space, working across a number of African countries. I hope that I can grow from there. I hope that I can be able to work at a level of greater influence, even more than I'm doing now. And who knows, it might be where ideally, I absolutely love the work that I do now, so I hope that I can grow in my current career, but nobody knows also what the future holds.
The world is your oyster, you say?
Yes, and definitely being able to absolutely also give back to the community where I come from. I hope that someday we can get there, yeah.
So you mentioned a number of African countries that you're giving back to your institution. Is Ghana part of them?
Unfortunately, that's the sad part. No, Ghana is not one of our...
You say?
Ghana is not one of our operating countries at the moment, unfortunately.
Why?
But it's because the mother company is not currently operational in Ghana, but we are across like 14 countries.
Trust me.
Do not fault us.
Oh, Cambro, trust so.
Oh, God.
Trust me. Yapon. Say goodbye to your friend. Beside your mother for me.
Maybe sign your mother.
Ghana is not part there. What is all this English about? Anyway, I get it. It's fine. It's fine. They are brothers and sisters.
Of course. And like Kwame Nkrumah said, I'm Ghanaian. I'm Ghanaian. And Kwame Nkrumah said, like, the liberation of what? One. Quoted. Complete that. I want you to complete that. I want you to complete. I want you to complete that sentence, because as Ghanaians,
the independence of Ghana is completely meaningless until it is totally linked with the liberation of the entire African continent.
Yes, absolutely. So of course we would hope that what we are able to do across the continent impacts the continent at large.
Your mother is watching you. Say hello to her.
So maybe sa nyomuma mankachi me yawase ni mankawasa inti mamenga wasa kakra. Maybe Sanyoma micromisayim for Beshe sa programming at Wasada. Have you ever heard something?
Beshe?
Yes.
That sounds like the
Bono, we hear it a lot. That Wasa, we are the only tree speaking people in the West, and we use Bebe. If you've ever heard Benma Bekoye, Behukusi, na Benzoni Diamo, Benjamin, that's Wasa. So
wait, what does that mean?
Benma Bekoye, Behukusi, na Benzoni Duamuna Benjamin.
So wherever you are going, you see Kusi hold the tail and catch him for me.
Yes, so you understood it.
And that baby, your matter.
Yes, of course. I shout out to my family, my mom.
I thought you were speaking Wasa.
Okay, maybe.
Okay,
Let me go back to Wasa. So I am for Michia, my mom, Sylvia, him and me sister, Mama Nakra, my brother Triple, my brother Nana Tadamwa. It's the shifts between your brother becoming a king and calling him by his name. Asari Kojo, my nephews and nieces, shout out to all of you. Shout out also to my former colleagues at Milestones.
It's okay. Goodbye.
I mean, besides your mom, Milestones.
You have mentioned it already, so it's okay. I'll spend the whole day with you. Are you aware?
Maybe beside your mommy bestie.
My bread. So good night. Thank you for watching.